In.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Hey everyone, how are you? Samuel, Sophia, Darren, the mic's
Okay,
up.
Princeville,
Yes.
what part of the assignment did you not understand? Was it the whole thing, or there was a
Yes.
question?
The whole thing. The whole thing.
The
Not
whole.
a question. The whole thing.
Okay. And okay.
Samuel, Darren, are you there?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, Princeville, could you turn on your camera, please?
Okay, so what are you doing?
So first, I went. I I so I stayed inside.
Sorry. Okay.
I stayed in my room. Went over what I did in class. In my and I just did, and I just like wrote.
I don't know if your network or Sophia's.
Princeville, can you see my?
Oh, okay. You said, okay,
Yes.
Darren.
Okay, this is the assignment that I had given you.
Yes.
Okay, so if we this picture isn't quite clear, so let's just go to. Sorry.
Tell me it's got some rules. 15.
Let's just go to this. Yes.
Okay.
If you look at it, like let's look at the first question.
Oh,
Is it like the image wasn't very clear, or
baby, how many did you open it for?
so if we look at the first question,
11, so you won. Okay. 15, 11. But it wasn't for one match though, right?
if we look at the first question, it says 3 squared plus 20. All that the assignment is asking you to do is it's just addition and subtraction involving like the
Samuel,
different squares and that we learned.
you didn't play
Oh,
today?
sorry, ma. Wait. Sorry, just
It's just addition and subtraction involving the different squares that we learned. So see 3 squared plus 20. What's 3 square?
Aunty, hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. I apologize for not being available on that Tuesday.
Yeah, it's okay. I think Principal might be trying to move to another location because there's some background noise from his
Oh,
sister.
okay. All right, sir.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Good. But
I'm here.
you probably need to. Okay, he's back. Yeah.
All right, Principal. Okay. Okay. So, as I was saying, if we just look at the exercise, it's just addition and subtraction involving different squares and like different square numbers. Okay. So let's look at
Okay.
the first one says 3 square plus 20. What's 3 square?
Huh?
What is 3 square?
3 square. Is it 3 times 3?
Yes.
9.
Yes. So what's 9 plus 20?
9 plus 30.
Plus 20. 20.
28.
No. 9 plus 20 is 29. Okay.
Okay.
So all this worksheet, all this assignment is asking of you is just for you to remember what all the different squares and cube numbers are, and then add or subtract them to the number and you get your answer. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to try that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So moving on to what we're doing today, we're going to look at square and cube roots. This is the last part of like square and cube numbers that we're going to do. So we just want to know how to, do the opposite. So what is a square root? A square root is a number. The square root of a number is the number that when multiplied by itself gives the original number. So if we look at the example, the square root of 16 is equals to 4 because 4 times 4 would give you 16. Okay? And sorry, square root is always shown by this symbol. So it looks like a tick. Sorry. So it looks like it's a backwards tick. Okay?
Okay.
Like, I'm sorry, my laptop isn't behaving properly right now. So, but if you can look at this symbol here, okay, it looks like a backwards tick. Can you see that? Let me highlight it for you. I've put it in yellow, right?
Yes.
So it's kind of like a backwards tick drawn like this. Usually it has like a kind of um I'm sorry, my system isn't acting properly right now. So
It's all right.
yeah. So if we look at it, it's drawn like this. Yes. Okay, that's better. It's drawn like this. Okay. Sometimes you see it drawn like this, but like this is the general way that you should draw it. Okay. So like a backwards tick with a roof. Okay. Do you understand that? That's the symbol for square root. Okay.
Okay.
A square root is essentially the opposite of squaring a number. So squaring a number is multiplying the number by itself. So square root is this answer, but like what would you multiply by itself to give you 16? Okay, that's what square root is asking you. So when you see this symbol, so the way you write a square root, let's say we want to write the square root of 4. Okay, we do this symbol and then write 4 in here. Okay,
Okay.
so the number that you're looking for, so this number that's under here is a square number. You remember that, right?
Yes.
Remember that the result of multiplying two numbers by itself, the answer is called a square number. So a square root is when you put that number, is like just doing the reverse. What a square root is asking you is, what would you multiply by itself to give you 4? Or what would you multiply by itself to give you 9? Okay, or what would you multiply by itself to give you 16? Okay, so if we say
Mm.
square root of 4, the answer is 2, because 2 times 2 is equals to 4. Do you see that?
Yes.
So if we say square root of 9, what would the answer be?
Square root of 9.
Mhm.
Square root of 9.
Remember to ask yourself, what do you multiply by itself to give you 9? Okay, 9 is the square of what?
81.
No, no, no. We're not asking for 9 square. So you said 9 square is equals to 81, right? So if we say square root of 81, of 81, the answer will be 9. Okay, do you understand that?
Okay.
So
Yes.
if we say square root of 9, right? Square root of 9, what do you think the answer would be? What number would you
Square root of
multiply
9.
by itself to give you 9? If you look at your list of, if you remember like your square numbers, right? We said 1 square
Yeah.
is equals to 1, 2 square is equals to 4, so 3 square is equals to what? What's 3 square?
100.
No, I said
Is
what's,
it 100?
no, that's not correct. What's 3 square?
9.
Yes. So remember, 3 square is equals to 9. So the square root of 9 is 3. Okay?
3.
Yes.
Okay.
So 3 square equals 9. So the square root of 9 is what?
Square root of 9 is 3.
Yes. So if I say, what's 4 square?
4 square.
Yeah.
2.
No, 4 square, not square root of 4.
16.
Yes. So what's the square root of 16?
2.
No, try again. Square root of 16.
Um,
The square
8.
root of 16 is 4. Okay. Remember,
Oh,
it is the opposite. Okay. So you need to keep
okay.
asking yourself, if I multiply, what two numbers am I multiplying to get 16? What number am I multiplying by itself to get 16? Okay. 4 times 4 gives you 16. So that means the square root of 16 is 4. Okay.
Okay.
So you find a number multiplied by itself. You find a number that multiplied by itself gives the number under the square root symbol. Okay, if you look at this example here, square root of 25 is 5. Why is that? That's because 5 squared is equals to 5 times 5, which is equals to 25. Okay,
Okay.
so now square root, this example says the square root of 36 is 6. Can you explain that to me?
12 root is. I'm sorry, ma, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I said square root of 30. The example says the square root of 36 is 6. Look at how I explained this one and explain square this one to me. The way they got this one means that 6 square is equals to 6 times 6, which is equals to 36. So the square root of 36 is equals to 6. Okay?
Okay.
So when you're asked what's the square root of a number, you think, what numbers do I multiply by what number do I multiply by itself to give me that number? Okay?
Okay.
Which is why it's good for you to know at least the first 15 square numbers. Okay? Like from one, at least 1 to 15,
Okay.
or at least 1 to 12.
Okay. I'm trying to know the answer, but it's kind of hard.
It's okay. The more you do it, the more you get used to. So you need to just familiarize yourself with multiplying and finding square numbers. Okay?
Okay.
So remember, this square root of 36 is equals to 6. This is because 6 square is equals to 6 times 6, and 6 times 6 is equals to 36. Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at 49, for example. So if you have find the square root of 49. Okay,
Okay.
49 is the square of what? What number do you multiply by itself to give you 49?
Um. I think I know this one.
Okay.
7 times 7.
Yes, that's correct. So the answer is 7, right? Because you will multiply 7 by 7 to give you 49. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make a bit more sense to you?
Yes. If
Okay,
you
so
tell me that
let's
way, I can.
try um let's try square root of 64. What number will you multiply by itself to give you 64?
64.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Give you 64. 8 times 8.
That's correct. I hope you didn't read that from your book. From your book.
Well,
I hope you didn't read that from your book.
it was from my book.
Oh, don't worry. Um, let's move on to what is a perfect square. So you might see a statement, um, perfect square in like when you're doing square number thing, when you're doing square number questions, right? A perfect square is a number you get when you multiply a whole number by itself. Another word that people use for whole number is also called integer. Okay,
Okay.
that's let me write it out for you so that you can see how it's spelled. Integer. Okay, do you want to say the word?
Integer.
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 Yeah, that means a whole number. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are all whole numbers. Okay,
Okay.
and then if you say something like 1.5, that's a decimal number and that is not an integer. Okay, but we'll look more into that as we go on in math. So think of it like this: if you have 3 times 3, you get 9. That means 9 is a perfect square. Okay,
Okay.
so so all the square numbers that we've been looking at are all perfect squares. Okay,
Okay.
so 1 times 1 is equals to 1. 1 is a perfect square. 2 times 2 is equals to 4. 2 is a perfect 4 is a perfect square, sorry. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So if we look at it, perfect squares up to 12 square are just everything. Okay, so 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and 144. They are all perfect squares. Okay, so
Okay.
now let me ask you this question. If we look at 81, square root of 81 is what? Square root is just asking you what number are you multiplying by itself to give you 81. Okay,
And 9.
that's correct. So the square, so 9 is what?
81.
No, 9 is the square root of 81. Okay,
Okay.
we should learn to start saying it like that. So 1 is the square root of 1, 2 is the square root of 4, 3 is what?
3.
Yeah, is what?
And Like what makes 3?
No. I'm saying that 1 is the square root of 1 and 2 is the square root of 4. So 3 is what?
2 is the square root of 9.
That's correct. And 4 is what?
4, 4 is the square root of 16.
That's correct. And 5 is what?
Well, 5
Yeah,
is the square root of 25.
that's correct. Okay. So always remember when you're talking about square roots, it's just say asking you what number do you multiply by itself to give you the number under the square root symbol. Okay.
Okay.
And the square root symbol is drawn like this. Okay.
Okay.
Try writing the symbol down in your book so that you get used to it. Like write it down in your book and show me if you can. Like just turn the book to the screen.
Which symbol?
Um this one here. This one on top here. Remember, it's drawn like this. Okay?
Okay, which
So you go down, then you go up. Sorry. You go down, then you go up, down,
okay,
then up, and then across. Okay?
okay, I'm gonna go get my pencil.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Can you please show me the thing again? Let
Okay.
me.
So the symbol is drawn like this. Okay.
Oh, sorry. This pencil is not even sharpened. Sorry.
Okay. Please make sure you have the things you need for class by you before class starts, okay?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay. Next class. From next class, please make sure you have your pen and your pencil beside you. before we start class.
Okay.
Okay. Now try drawing this symbol, the square root symbol. I want you to draw it in your notebook and right beside the square root symbol. Okay.
I wrote the square root symbol.
Yes. Have you drawn it in your notebook? This one.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Could you turn your notebook to the screen so that I can see it?
Okay.
Okay. So now, what is a cube root? A cube root is essentially the same thing as a square root, except this time, all you're asking yourself is, what number do you multiply by itself 3 times to give the original number? You know, a square root, with a square root, you multiply the number 2 times, right? So let's use 2. You do 2 times 2, right? You're multiplying 2 by itself 2 times, okay? And that will give you 4. But with a cube root, but with a square number, right? You're multiplying it by itself 2 times. But with a cube number, you're multiplying it by itself 3 times. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So a cube number is multiplying it by itself 3 times. So with a cube root, you're asking what number do you multiply by itself 3 times to get this? Okay, to get your answer. Okay. And a cube
Okay.
root. Sorry, I forgot to include this in my writing. The symbol for a cube root is the same as a square root symbol, but with a little 3. Okay,
Yeah.
so the same as a square root symbol. So this, but you write a little 3 here. Okay, so you write a little 3 in the top left side on the outside. Okay, and you write your number here. Okay, I'm putting n here just to signify like you write any number inside here. Okay,
Should I write that?
yes, please write this down, just this
Is there a
sim.
three on top?
Pardon?
Is there a three on top?
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm trying to write it as clearly as possible.
No, it is clear. It is clear. I just don't want to write the wrong thing.
So the same symbol that you drew for the square root, draw it again, but include a 3 in the top on this side where you have the little tail. Okay,
Okay.
and then show me when you're done.
Okay. Done.
Let me see. Okay, and then I want you to draw an arrow from there and then write cube root. Okay,
What?
I want you to draw an arrow leading to it and then write cube root symbol, or just write under it cube root symbol,
Okay.
or cube root sign, sorry.
So sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say I should do?
I said right under it, look at my screen. I want you to draw an arrow like this and write cube root sign. Okay,
Okay.
So the
Okay.
same way I drew an arrow like this and I wrote cube root sign, I want you to do that in your book. Okay.
Okay. Can I please see it again?
Okay.
Thank you. Done.
Okay. So if you look at the example here, it says the cube root of 27 is equals to 3. And that is because 3 times 3 times 3 is equals to 27. Okay. So let me go to another page. This example here says the cube root of 8 is equals to 2. That's because 2 times 2 times 2 is equals to 8. Okay.
Okay.
So this one says the cube root of 64 is equals to 4. This is because what? 4 times 4 times 4 is equals to 64. Okay.
Okay.
So if we look at, sorry, if we look at 5 cubed, I'm going to rub this all out. So if we look at the cube root, the cube root of 125, that will be equals to 5. Okay, this is because 5 times 5 times 5 is equals to 125. Okay,
Okay.
and do you know how we got 125? 5 times 5 is equals to 25. Okay,
Okay.
so 25 times 5. 5 times 5 is equals to what?
What?
What is 5 times 5?
25.
So what would we write under here?
Where?
Here.
25.
No, we write 5 here and then carry 2.
Oh
Yes, do you remember now?
yeah. Yeah.
And then 5 times 2 is equals to what?
What? 5 times 2.
Yes.
5. 5 times 2 is equals to 10.
Yes. And then plus this 2 here. 10 plus 2 is what?
10 plus 2.
Uh-huh.
10 plus. Is it plus?
Yes, 10 plus this 2 up here, this little 2 from the 25
Oh,
is equals to 12. That's how we got 125, okay?
okay.
That's how we got 5 cubed to be equals to 125, okay? Because when you multiply 5 by itself 5 times, you get 125, okay? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, let's try another one together. So if we look at the cube root of 216, What's that? What number do you multiply by itself 3 times to give you 216?
3 times.
Yes.
Mm,
So cube root of 216, let me help you with this one, is 6, right? This is because what's 6 times 6, right?
6 times 6
Mm-hmm.
is 36.
That's correct, right? So we still have one more 6 that we need to multiply. So 6 times 6 is 36. So we're going to do 36 times 6. Okay. So we said 6 times 6 is what? 36.
36.
Yes. So we'll write the 6 down here and we're going to carry the 3 up here. So what's 6 times 3?
Oh, 18.
Yes. And then what's 18 plus 3?
18 plus 3,
Mm-hmm.
21.
That's correct. We add, so we put 21 down here. And that's how we got 6 cubed to equals to 216. And because 6 cubed is equals to 216, the cube root of 216 is 6. Okay?
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us look at this exercise. So the instruction is to solve the following questions. Some of them are square roots and some of them are cube roots. Okay. So what
Okay.
is square root of 64? So what number will you multiply by itself to get 64?
12.
Hmm?
12.
No, 64. We're doing this one first.
To get 64.
What number do you multiply by itself to get 64?
Um, mm, 8 times 8.
That's correct. So the square root of 64 is what?
8.
That's correct. So the cube root of 125 is what?
6. What?
The cube root of 125.
8.
No, it's not 8.
64.
No, we're on question 2, okay? So the cube root of 125,
Yeah.
that's 5, okay? What
Okay.
number will you multiply 5 times? What number will you multiply 3 times to get 125? Okay? Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you don't understand, I want you to tell me so that I can spend more time explaining it until you do. So, okay, let's do the next one together. It says the square root of 121. So what number are we multiplying by itself to get 121?
Um,
That's 11 times 11 will give us 121. So the square root of 121 is equals to 11. Okay?
okay,
You need to remember at least the first 12 squared numbers. Okay?
okay,
So remember, I don't want you to write it down in your book. Maybe like you can say them every day so that you can remember. So be like 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. Okay? So once you remember those, it
okay.
will help you when you're doing questions like this and also when you're doing cube root questions, okay? Because you don't necessarily have to remember all the cube roots. All you need to do is remember the square roots and then remember, oh, if I multiply this one again, would I get that answer? Do you understand?
Yes,
Okay. So if you look at number 4, it says the cube root of 216. We did this earlier. Do you remember?
no.
We just did it in the last slide.
Oh, I can't remember.
Okay. The cube root of 216 is 6. This is because 6 times 6 times 6 is equals to 216. 6 times 6 is 36. So 36 times 6 is equals to 216. Okay. So the cube root
Okay,
of 216 is equals to 6. Okay. Do you understand that?
yes. But it's
So,
kind of complicated.
pardon?
It's kind of complicated.
Yes. You just need to like remember your square numbers, okay?
Okay,
So if we remember 12 times 12 is what? 144. So if you see 144 under this sign, the answer is 12, okay? Because the square root of 144 is 12, okay?
okay,
So you're just asking yourself, what number do I multiply by itself to get that? Okay? To get the
okay,
number under the sign, yes.
okay,
So now let's look at this one, right? The cube root of 343. So the cube root of 343 would be 7. This is because 7 times 7 is equals to 49, right? And then when you multiply 49 by 7, you get, what's 9 times 7? Princeville, what's 9 times 7?
what?
What is 9 times 7?
63.
Okay. Did you get this because you remember your multiplication table or because you read it in your book?
Read it in my book.
Okay. I want you to memorize your multiplication table 1 to 10. 1, okay.
Okay.
So you need to stop relying on your book and remember your multiplication table, because when you're in school, you're not going to have your notebook like that. Okay? So you need
Okay.
to remember 1 times 1, 1, 2 times 2, 2, 2 times 2, 4. Okay? Remember your multiplication table, because when you do multiplication like this, it relates to your multiplication table. I don't want you to go and learn up to 40 times table. Okay? Just memorize from 1 to 12 times table. That's all you need to do.
Okay.
Okay. So you said 9 times 7 is 63. So how will we write 63 in this?
Um.
You write the 3, you write the 3 and carry the 6. Okay? So when you have a two-digit number, right? So Prince, Princewell, can you hear me?
Yes.
If we're doing multiplication like this, right? When we're doing multiplication, this kind of multiplication, right? This is one of the worksheets that I gave you as homework. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So when you
9 times 7.
pardon,
The question says then 9 times 7.
yes, 49 times 7. The answer to 9 times 7 is 63, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to write the number on the right. Okay, sorry, let me do this here. 9 times 7 equals to 63. So always remember, when you have a two-digit number, right? Like a number that has more than one digit, right? You write the number that is on, when you're doing multiplication, you write the number that is on the right on here, and you carry 6. Okay? You carry the
Okay.
number on this, you carry the number on the left to the top here, and then you add it to this. Okay? So when you do your multiplication of 7 times 4, you then add this little number to it, to your answer. Okay?
Okay.
Don't worry, we're going to do more of this next lesson because I really want you to understand this. 7 times 4 is what? Princewell, hello?
Oh, sorry. 7 times 4 is 28.
Okay. So what's 28 plus 6? Remember, we said that when you do your multiplication of this, you add the 6 from the 63. Okay?
28 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
34.
That's correct. So because there's no other number in front of the 4, we're not going to carry the 3. We're just going to write the 34 as it is. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that is how 7 square, like the cube root, sorry, of 343 is equals to 7. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to stop there for today. We're going to stop there for today.